Hello and welcome to Upwell and Onwards. Now, just before we start, I would like to point out the originals of this video and the one after it I accidentally deleted while clearing out some old files on my computer. It was a great mistake on my behalf, which I instantly regretted. But seeing as how I've smoothed out my tracks since I made the originals, I kind of figure it was a blessing in disguise, as meaning I can run longer trains at faster speeds without threat of derailment. But enough of that. Let's get on to the main subject. Gresley Trilogy Part 2. The A3. Now, little knowledge about the locomotive class itself. The LNE represented two district stages in the history of the Pacific, namely the A1s and 2s. The class were originally built as A1 Pacifics for the Great Northern Railway, well, the first two were anyway, at a design by Sir Nigel Gresley, later on being rebuilt into A3s. The class totaled 79, 59 being built in Doncaster and 20 in North British. And just to clarify a few things, 52 A1s were built, but only 51 were rebuilt, meaning Great Northern was original, and 27 were built new. Now, the example this model is designated as 60073. St. Grayton, or pardon me if I pronounce that wrong, is a North British design, built in 1924 and rebuilt in 1945. So, not long after the war, I presume. Now, let's just open her up, because this is the old style packaging, I admit, but nevertheless, it's a loco. Now we just moved the nice card there, and we just get to see the loco in its box. The old polystyrene two-piece, which very few people really enjoy. Just cleaning a bit of a dirt spot, been painting earlier. So we just move this tab here, and this tab here, and just move the front piece, and off it comes. Very simple indeed. Another way to tell this is the older style, apart from the polystyrene case, is it's not hardwired, but you do get tender pickups. It's still a 5-pole motor, it's still silk smooth. Now, I'll just grab the loco out to the way and fix that chain link coupling on the front of it to make it look nice. Okay, now here we go. Here's our locomotive, and look at that great rigging. No front couplers, and if you want to add any, good luck. I've already tried. Did not work well. Steps, back pipe. Very nice detail, and I believe, that is an etched end plate. Nice. Separately fitted safety valves. We're still, I think it's part of molding. That's a bugger. But the handrails, they're separately fitted. Quite a spacious cab, very nicely detailed. If the light did it justice, there we go. We can see some of the dials and gauges in that. The painting in that. The classic bucket seats in that. Looks good. And very well done underneath as well. Now we'll just plop that on the track and grab its tender. As you can see, a nice Great Northern design tender. I love these. because although the corridor tenders in their own right are amazing, as well as the non-corridor proper linear tenders, there's nothing wrong with them either. But let's see, we got steps, vac pipe, sprung buffers, NEM coupler, tender pickups, and removable coal. I mean, you could fill that with real coal, but you got a hole down here, so I wouldn't advise so. Plus, it is a lovely coal rail tender. I mean, you don't often get locos like that. I just love it. I just love it. Okay. Normally, we're a bit further forward on the layout than when I usually do review videos, as I usually try to do it inside the loop, not on the edge of the points. Now, there's a reason for this. I moved the jig. Simple as that. I moved the jig. I moved the jig that's on the stinking camera. But yeah. Now I'll just carefully put this packaging away. And it's actually going to be a long night for me, because owing to the mistake, I not only deleted the 2 original videos, but also a couple of others that I was saving up for the channel, which is kind of a kick in the gut for me, which means I'll pretty much be up a fair bit of the night re-recording a lot of it, and it's going to be a nightmare, but nevertheless, here we go. So we're just going to do a power test now, just slow speed. A little bit of moan noise, but she's crawling very smooth. I like it. Now let's just speed her up a little. Okay. Oh, she's in the British Railways early crest with the lovely Brunswick green, which most people don't like, but I think it's alright. Right, going to give her a quick lap around the track, then we're going to hook us up to some coaches. And the coaches, subject, are not these coaches here, but these. Gresley teaks, albeit they're the railroad versions. And I just remembered I forgot to switch the points. A habit I really have to kick when making videos. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen when I do the next video, but it happens. Now, I think that's enough running around for the moment. Let's get this loco a train. Nice solid connection. Now, I do have to do a bit of shunting with these coaches, as I'm using the sidings down this end. Not very smart, but they do. They work. And one more. Now we got a nice 6-coach train. And as you can see, not a struggle at all. Now, I think that's a pretty adequate run. Now, I don't know many other YouTubers who have reviewed the A3, but I do believe otherwise known as IC82, has done a review on a Flying Scotsman model. And I think Sam's Trains has done one of the Gresley collection. If I'm right, I'll throw the links in the description below for you to watch. Because in my eyes, those two are the experts. Oh, and another thing, if you just want to watch an A3 with the German smoke deflectors and that running, I recommend, I think, New Junction. I believe he has that type of Flying Scotsman. And I think he has a video of him running it along his line. Oh, and I do believe also Matt Slade has done an NRM version of Flying Scotsman as well. So if I find that, I'll chuck the link in the description below. Thank you all very much for watching, and good night.